Hello, I'm Doug McBurry, and welcome back to a very special Marvel initiative. So Thomas the Tank Engine is an Avenger. He showed up in Ant-Man, it counts. And you know, Thomas and Scott Lang have something in common. They've both been in trouble with the law. And I'm going to tell you how that happened right now. One morning, Thomas was going about his business when he saw a cop. Normally, the cops and Thomas get along very well. But this was a new guy. Thomas whistled to say hello like he usually does, but evidently this was enough to enrage the cop, because this woke him up from his nap. He berates Thomas and decides to write him a ticket for not having cow catchers or side plates. Thomas and his crew try to fight it and tell the cop they've never had this issue before, but the cop is having none of it. At the next station, they get Thomas's supervisor, Sir Topham Hat, aka the plus-size controller, involved, but the cops still won't be swayed. So Topham is forced to break down and get cow catchers for Thomas. Thomas objects, saying the other engines will call him derogatory names like Tram. This reminds Topham of an amusing anecdote. He asks Thomas if he remembers that time Topham went on vacation with his wife and grandchildren to this dying railway that had one tram engine left, and they ask for a ride, but Topham's granddaughter uses the wrong pronoun, asking if it was electric instead of if he was electric. We live in a world where trains have faces and talk. There's no excuse for that behavior. And this offends the tram, whose name is Toby, by the way. Topham apologizes and asks if there's anything he can do to make it up to Toby before his line shuts down and he is permanently retired. And then Toby's line shuts down and he is permanently retired. Cut back to the present, and Topham sends a letter by snail mail to see if Toby is still available to come work for him. Sometime later, maybe the next day, Toby comes out of retirement, meets with Topham to accept his job offer, and because this saved his coach Henrietta from becoming a henhouse, Topham is forgiven for his granddaughter's microaggression. So Toby heads out to find the corrupt cop. As soon as he encounters this officer, he rings his bell and evidently scares him. He tries to yell at Toby, but because Toby has cow catchers, the cop is powerless to do anything. The end. So, what did we learn here today? We learned that if you do encounter a corrupt cop and get in trouble, all you need to do is get a tram engine to come and do your work for you, and then the cop won't complain anymore. Next time, we'll talk about the crossover that everybody's been requesting with Owl House and She-Hulk, where Hootie steals Thomas's identity and Jennifer Walters is forced to defend Thomas in court. And that's next time on the Marvel Initiative. So long, everybody.